Everyone knows that analogies are helpful tools for connecting with your judge and explaining lofty concepts to them. But I want to talk about a certain type of analogy that can use preconceived biases in your favor. For lack of a better term, I call these relevant analogies. A relevant analogy is one that directly ties into something within the debate round. There are three main categories of these: judge experience, object in a debate round, and event in a debate round. When you ask for the judging philosophy, you're finding out very valuable information about what makes the judge tick, and so it's important to find out their occupation or interests so you can use it in an analogy. For example, if your judge is a firefighter, you can say something along the lines of, "If you don't choose the right plan, the results can be disastrous. As a firefighter, you know that different knots serve different purposes, and using the wrong knot for the wrong job can have disastrous consequences. Unfortunately, the affirmative team is using the wrong knot." Using their occupation like this communicates that you are listening to them. 2, it communicates that you are flexible. And 3, it uses the preconceived biases they have about their occupation against the affirmative team. More details about how to ask for the judging philosophy or how to use their occupation as an analogy can be found in the accompanying article to this video. You can just click here or scroll down to the description and find it there. The second type of relevant analogy is regarding an object in the debate round. You can use something that is within your judge's line of sight in order to improve your analogies because the judge doesn't have to imagine that object, they can see it for themselves. This makes your analogy more powerful and more concrete. For my affirmative case election year, I compared a failing agency to the pen in the judge's hand. And the way I did this is using a statistic saying that 40% of the time this agency failed. So I told the judge, imagine if the pen in your hand didn't work 4/10 of the time. Obviously you would get rid of it or do something to fix it. The reason this analogy works is because it's something concrete that the judge is actually holding. And so when you compare your affirmative case to something they already agree with and is in their hand, then you're linking the two together and you're basically telling the judge, if you agree with this, you should also agree with this. Now once again, more examples and analogies can be found in the article if you click here. The final type of relevant analogy is based on an event that happened in round. Sometimes something happens in the debate round that you can actually compare to a point that the other team has made. For example, in criminal justice here, I had a case to record interrogations, and what I basically told the judge was, if you look at this debate round, you notice that you're already forgetting a lot of the things that we've said in earlier speeches. Now imagine if you had a video recording of everything we've said that you could review afterwards. You would be able to make a more accurate result. This analogy worked well because judges already felt swamped by all of the arguments that the negative and affirmative teams have made, and they thought, wow, it would be useful to have a video recording. And so they tied my affirmative case to something they already agree with. And that's the idea with analogies. Not only can they be used to explain a concept, but they can also be used to reinforce a concept, to basically say, you agree with this, so you should agree with this too. In sum, relevant analogies are a powerful tool that you can use to take preconceived biases and turn them in your favor. If you want to see some more examples of these analogies or look at common pitfalls to avoid, read the article accompanying this video.